All right, so we just got through watching Justice League Throne of Atlantis.
Which is the sequel to Justice League War.
Yeah, which is, of course, part of the new 52 DC universe in terms of animated movies.
Right.
So, was this a good movie?
What'd you think of it?
Kind of meh. Like, I like it, but eh.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, yeah, we got to see Aquaman being badass, sort of. Like,
This-
we got to see a few cool scenes, but
This basically is kind of like Batman Arkham, Assault on Arkham, how that was really a Suicide Squad movie.
yeah.
This is really an Aquaman movie. Now, it is based on a major storyline in the comic book, which is the Throne of Atlantis comic book, which was how Aquaman was introduced in New 52.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, basically, we find out the origins of Arthur Curry, and we find out how he becomes King Arthur, Aquaman, and it picks up basically where Justice League War left off.
If not a few months later.
Okay. Well, let's just run down. What are the things that you liked about this film?
All right. What are the things that I liked? I liked the clever dialogue between the heroes as they were like scientifically piecing together like crime scenes and analyzing situations. Like there's a scene, spoiler. There's a scene where they're all under the tank. Which, by the way, how are they talking underwater?
There are some minimal spoilers here, just to let you know. Yeah, I had an issue with that. I think there were I think maybe they were like wearing masks that covered.
They weren't half the time.
Yeah,
Batman was, but none of the other guys were. And like that.
Well, I guess because he's Superman, so he doesn't have to worry about it. And she's
like
Wonder Woman, so
this kind of bothers me in comic book land because like now I don't know if you've been under the ocean, but you can't exactly see clearly under there.
Yeah.
So I don't know why the ocean has Hawaii crystal clear blue water that you can look through and see everything perfectly with no mulch at all.
I kind of explained it that they're super powered beings, and yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, for the fish people, it makes sense. But for the other character, like Superman, it makes sense. He has super everything. Right. For Wonder Woman, it doesn't make sense.
No, she's a goddess. Remember, she's the god of war. So.
Okay. God of water.
God of War.
Green
Green Lantern has the protective gold green shield.
Okay, so yeah, for him. Shazam.
He wasn't in it. He never went into the water.
He never did?
No, he never did. Shazam and Flash never went into the water. When they went there, spoilers, minimal, but it was Superman, it was Wonder Woman, it was Cyborg, and it was Green Lantern.
Okay.
Because Batman, Flash, and Shazam stayed on top.
Okay, so yeah, that argument aside.
Okay.
Yeah, I liked the clever, like how they kind of just bounce thoughts off each other. Like when they're recreating like a crime scene, they'll be like freeze, and like they all kind of point out like certain crime elements here.
Yeah.
And I like how Batman was like telling when Batman and Superman were analyzing a crime scene by themselves, Batman's like, "Don't touch anything," and like Superman's the one showing him up like, like he's putting like pictures together that Batman didn't even see. And
well, like he said, he's an investigative journalism, and then Batman made a little snide comment like, "Journalism is dead." Like it was the only time that Superman and Batman had some reaction, but that was a cool scene, you know, because Batman has made it clear he doesn't like he likes to work by himself. He had a thing going on where Green Lantern kind of screwed it up. Your favorite character, Green Lantern, who you love to bust his chops on.
No, I really do like Hal Jordan. I really do love the Green.
Bullshit.
No, I really do love the Green Lantern. I just
don't like him in this movie.
I just kind of find him useless in these movies so far.
How can you find someone who has the magic ring is useless? I just don't know.
In the right hands, it's not. But apparently, he's kind of not using his imagination that well.
Okay, but there was a scene later on, and again, I'll put a no notation if there's spoilers there. There was a scene later on at the end during the battle that he got very creative when he had that giant vacuum.
Yeah, that was funny.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Hal, that's the kind of creativity that we needed for the past movie and a half.
You're getting it. You're getting it now. Okay.
Yeah, just make up shit, okay? And I like how he was just literally just sitting in that thing like with a straight face, like I don't fucking know, man. I just thought it up. Okay, so yeah, but
Right.
things I didn't like.
Well, are there other things you like?
Are there other things yeah, okay. There are other things that I liked. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
The action.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Now.
that is kind of a given when it comes to these kind of films. The
Yeah.
action's
Like,
gonna be
do you
good.
really need to? Like, yeah. Again, a given.
They had water attacks in here that would put Houdini to shame. I mean, something where people,
Oh, like,
people are getting halved in this film.
You guys like that show Avatar with the airbenders and all
Yes,
that
you
stuff?
making the
Like,
waterbender.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, all those waterbenders, like, yeah, you waterbenders
Water
ain't got
shield.
shit.
Yeah, she ain't water shield. She's like, ha, water spear.
Yeah, water shield. Bullshit. No, this woman will take water and she'll friggin' slice you in half with it somehow.
Oh God, Aquaman's wife. What was her name? Marie. I think it was.
I forgot.
Oh,
But yeah, she's hitting water pressure up to the freaking thousands.
Right.
Because for water to actually be cutting you in half like that, damn, that's strong water.
Yeah, Mara.
Yeah, because water can cut steel if it goes that fast enough, and I'm like, damn.
Yes.
So yeah, she's hitting you.
She was awesome. She was awesome.
Yeah, she's fucking you up with water, man.
Right.
Like, could you imagine? Like, now, see, this is how a Captain Planet movie could work if they actually did that with the water, with the powers, and actually amped them up. Like, yeah, this stuff would fuck you up.
Okay.
Like, they're doing water spears and stuff. So yeah, the action, it goes without saying, but yeah, the action's really good.
Things you didn't like. I guess you won't go and get to it.
Well, because the things that I don't like kind of stick with me more than things I like. Like, everything else, you gotta admit that I like everything else. That goes without saying. The things that I don't like are obviously more out there.
Go ahead.
It's kind of typical with a lot of these movies that typically focus on a certain character that they want to make that character seem the strongest because they're the primary focus.
Okay.
And I have no problem with them being the primary focus, but it kind of bothers me how they shrug off all of the other characters to try to make that one look better. So yeah, like even though it's an Aquaman movie, technically we're seeing Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern. We're kind of seeing them all get their butts kicked by a guy that they ultimately should be able to overpower.
Well, here's how they explained it. And you're kind of right, and it's all because of the magical MacGuffin, which is the spear, the trident, the trident of Atlantis, where Homeboy has it, and suddenly he's just like only who's a pure blood or blood of the royal family can touch it. You have to come with some kind of reasons to kind of.
Well, yeah, it's not so much touching it, but like just beating him.
Beating him
like you like really just because he's holding.
You can explain that for Superman because it's magic.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, magic does fuck up Superman.
Well, magic fucks up anybody.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing.
Like not just Superman. It's not like a Superman weakness. Magic is magic. It'll fuck up anybody.
Right.
Like, yeah, magic is magic. But
sorry to cut you off, I'll let you go ahead. But of all the Justice Leaguers, Superman did have the most to do because he actually whooped ass on the Cthulhu.
or whatever the hell that was. It looked like Cthulhu. Like,
yeah, the Kraken.
And he killed it.
That was all. I know you like that scene. So yeah.
It just kind of feels like, okay, like these punches that Superman, Wonder Woman, and like the other guys are giving this underwater fish man. Like, it feels like they should be damaging him like far more than they should. Like ultimately, yeah, it was going to come down to a fight between him and Aquaman, but it feels like I kind of feel like it should have been more apparent that he was damaged. Feels because like you had like you literally had the Justice League on this one guy, and he beat them all.
Yeah.
Like really.
And it was up to Aquaman to do it.
Like Superman flies at him and like he just punctures him and like I'm like really you didn't see that coming. You couldn't fight that off. So yeah, it really feels like poor writing in the sense that they try to make the other characters seem weaker just to make the primary focused character look stronger, and I really hate that. That to me is weak writing. Because you should be able to make your character that you want to focus on seem strong without having to make the other ones feel weaker.
Okay.
Like that's always been a problem with me in terms of writing. Does that ultimately hinder the movie? No, because like I said, like you said, they all get their cool scenes. But yeah, I just don't like how they do that just to make another character seem stronger.
You notice how a lot of the characters look alike.
Yeah, that was another thing. Now, I like that they're doing animation, but at the same time, like whoever they're getting for the artist, they need to do better on their facial features because a lot of these guys look alike. Like really close, like their faces and their eye structures, and like wow, they look so much alike. Like the main villain of the main villain Or and Superman's face look almost identical. The only difference is like Or has like long ass sideburns and his head is a little thinner, but overall his eyes and nose and mouth are all perfectly the same. So, yeah, like I would definitely say that you guys need to work better on your facial structures. Other than that, like the animation's fine. There were some really funny moments.
There was.
Like
There was.
the Black Manta's in this movie.
Oh my god. There was. The Black Manta was hilarious.
like the way Black Manta got it in this movie, I'm like, damn, no one ever got it that bad. Shoot, man. Like, I seriously thought of it. I'm like, damn, no one ever got it that bad.
That was fun. We had to watch it twice. That was so funny.
And you heard him when he got it, too. Oh, and I actually looked at you at the end of the movie, and I'm like, so is he dead? I guess so. Like, okay, you know what? Spoiler right now. We're going to spoil it. If you don't want to be spoiled, skip ahead. We're going to tell you right now. 3, 2, 1. Black Manta, he's got Aquaman pinned down on the floor, on the dock. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, Black Manta starts monologuing to Green Lantern. I mean Aquaman. Yeah, he starts monologuing to Aquaman.
Right.
Like, I was the mastermind behind this whole ordeal. When I am through with this war, I shall kill Or, and I will take the throne, and I will rule all of Atlantis. And meanwhile, while he's monologuing, which I thought was kind of dumb anyway, it's like, why are you revealing your plan to this guy if you plan to kill him? Like,
since I'm about to kill you, since you're about to die, I'm going to tell you my plan anyway.
I know. I thought that was kind of dumb. Like, why are you all of a sudden monologuing to this guy? Like, shouldn't you just kill him and shut up?
It was a setup for what was about to happen.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, this big fuck off Jaws shark comes out of the ocean and literally snatches up Black Manta like Jaws. Like the poster from Jaws. And it like chomps his ass in the air. And you hear Black Manta screaming bloody murder. And the shark jumps in the air, grabs the shit out of Black Manta with his mouth while he's flying in the air, chomping him, and then falls back in the water. And that is the last you see of Black Manta. And we were just stunned, our eyes wide open, like.
That reminded me of the movie Deep Blue Sea.
Yeah, with Samuel Jackson. It was just like that. We're gonna kill this motherfucking shark. Well,
that happened.
But with Black Manta, it was more funny because they actually portrayed the Jaws.
You just hear like a scream that was like straight from Golden Axe.
I was like, oh my god, that was awesome. No one ever got it that bad.
That was great.
You know he felt every single chomp. God, they killed the crap out of him. Oh man, no one ever got it that bad. I know I'm saying that a lot, but if you see that scene, it's like, god damn.
Oh god, I know. Either he comes back or that didn't happen in the comic book because he's in New Suicide Squad right now. So maybe that was just a thing for the movie. I don't know. But either way,
maybe it was a different Black Manta.
Either way, it was an awesome scene. It was really funny. Another interesting thing too is a side story in this movie is Superman and Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah, they're in a relationship.
Yeah, they're in a relationship, and I was surprised how early on. I always thought it was gonna be like at the end, but no, it was like I guess they've been dating ever since the whole Dark Side thing, you know. And I kind of felt bad for Steve Trevor. You see Steve Trevor. You see Steve Trevor very shortly at the beginning of the film.
Yeah,
and he's just looking around like Superman took my woman.
Well, I mean, how could you compete?
I mean, he is Superman.
How are you gonna compete?
Yeah, so yeah, and they did the nice scene where it's taken straight from the comic book, and I have this issue where they're having dinner together.
Oh, yeah.
And they're wearing glasses, and she's like, Clark, this actually works. Which I always thought was a real nice explanation of how they're able to just get away with that, just wear glasses. Well, people only see what they want to see, and so they're always
and then Lois Lane comes in.
And Lois Lane came in, which was okay.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And then
this is kind of a short film. It's like barely over an hour long.
Yeah.
Like these films are getting shorter and shorter.
It is weird because especially when you consider how long it took them to make War.
Yeah.
Which ultimately I thought it was an okay movie, but yeah, I thought Justice League War was like really flawed because like there were scenes that I thought that they really cut for time, like the whole Superman thing, like when he was possessed or a while.
I am no longer evil. That's nice.
Yeah, like Superman and Batman just like rush out of the boom tube, and that I'm just like, so did that just solve itself?
Yeah, I always kind of bothered me.
Like what? Yeah. What happened there?
Yeah, it didn't seem this movie didn't seem to have that problem. I don't think. It seems like everything kind of progressed, and you saw what was going on. Did this movie make Aquaman look badass?
Not as much as I thought it was. Like, yeah, but yes and no, because it was more of an origin story for Aquaman and not much of a, let's demonstrate how badass this guy can be.
Right.
Because, like, by the end of the movie, he just now became, like, King of Atlantis, so he doesn't know really the extent of, like, throughout the movie, he's kind of figuring out what he can do. Like, when he pulled the shark out of his ass to kill Manda, he's like, oh, wow, that's cool. They're actually listening to me. Like, he didn't know he could control fish, so... Like, but when you see the extent of the other characters that are under the sea, how much they're controlling the ocean and how they can make literally death spikes out of water, and like, yeah, you're dealing with a character who can control the entire ocean, and that's power.
Yes.
So, yeah, plus he already has like the typical super strength, and so it's.
I guess we'll finish this off with one last thing. One character that absolutely stole the show for us.
The lobster.
The lobster.
The lobster. Yeah, like Aquaman. He's drunk in a bar, and he's just like, "You see, you get me." And like the lobster's like, "You have problems, dude."
And someone's about to take the lobster so he can make it turn into a meal. He's like, "Hey,
me and the lobster are talking."
They're talking. And that guy's like, "Hey, I was gonna eat that lobster." Then comes that big old fight, and he then lets the lobster go.
It's like, nobody stops me from eating my lobster, and he pulls out a knife. Like, really? Is it worth it? How are you gonna explain that to the police?
Yeah. So it would have been nice at the very end where Aquaman summons all those people. Then you see a whole horde of lobsters show up.
That would have been nice, but no, it didn't happen.
You saved us.
You have saved our life. We are eternally grateful. Go away! So, one thing that I thought was really ironically funny was at the end when Orr's arrested and he's like sent in the thing and he's like, "You will bow down to me." Like, they serve him like fish sticks.
Yeah, that was effed up.
They serve him like that fish there. I'm like, oh.
That's effed up. Oh. That's wrong.
Oh, man, that would be like if you were in jail and all of a sudden they start serving you like pieces of human flesh.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Like, ooh.
So, arbitrary number review?
6.5
out of 10. Yeah,
that's kind of a. Yeah, Nate was asking. Like a few people actually brought that up in the Dying Light review. Like, why didn't you give it a 6.5? Considering what you said about it, and I was like, because I kind of gave the last game a 6.5, and I didn't want it to seem like a running.
That should be like a running gag for you. Every game you do is gonna be a 6.5 out of 10.
But if I like it,
so I give Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain a 6.5 out of 10.
What? So yeah, like
it's an enjoyable watch.
Not a great film, but not a bad one.
If you find it on sale, it's okay.
It's not a bad film. Yeah. You think it was how much you pay for it?
$12.
$12? Oh, okay. Well, yeah, we're 12. Yeah, $12. Not bad. I thought it was gonna be like 20. Like, no.
It was on sale.
Yeah. Shoot, it went on sale fast.
Yeah.